Alright, everybody, once again, my name is Josh Timberman. I'm running for Bernalillo County Sheriff. I've had a bunch of my YouTube videos taken off of there, so I'm kind of recreating them haphazardly in the middle of the night right now for y'all. Alright, so let's start with question number one here. Why do I think our police need such a radical change? that's an easy question. Wow, okay. Why do I think the world needs such a radical change? Our technologies have increased. Our population hasn't increased that much, especially not compared to our technologies. And we're more miserable than ever. We've got the people that are working overworked more than they've ever been, and the rest of the people trying to find jobs. You don't think we could figure out, like, okay, well, if we got a bunch of people that are overworked and a bunch of people that are underworked, we could probably figure out how to fix that somewhere. I think how you do that is through increasing your communities, increasing the strength between each other, our bonds and relationships. And I think the way that you do that in communities, first off, is your police department. Why do I think that? Because your government controls everything at the top. They make the laws that we all follow. Now, we all live as civilians. Now, who's in between there? Your police are in between there. Your police are the only one that deals with the government, that has the power to send you up through their systems or not, or to just send you on your way with some really good advice. I've seen police do wonders in both aspects of it, send awful criminals to jail, and give people that maybe just needed that little push in the butt, that right push in the butt, and that's why I hope to get our cops back. I hope to get the community policing back and stop this militant brutality. Just because you have a badge and a gun, man, doesn't mean you're any better than any of the other citizens. You just passed the test and decided that's what you want to do for your career, and God bless you, because it's a dangerous job. Do I even want to be sheriff? God, if I didn't have to be, if I didn't think that I had revolutionary ideas and I didn't see so many people getting behind what I have to say, getting behind what I have to do, there's no way I'd run for sheriff. But I think I've got some real answers. I'm going to keep giving them to you and keep giving me the questions, and we'll see how far we can get. So that's why that's why I think our police need a radical change. We need to go back to community policing, and not by the way that they say, not by neighborhood watch, because the only people that pay attention to that most of the time are retired older people that don't really have really active social lives, and it's just not a reliable system. How do you build community programs through the police? You have the police participate in them. You have the police start them. Like I said, this All Kids Rock program, anybody who's interested, please contact me. Once again, honestdeceitexposed at myspace.com, or just go to myspace.com/honestdeceitexposed and check out what I'm about. But one of the great charities are All Kids Rock. Basically, any Albuquerque musician, man, if you play in a band, give me your contact information, and when you're available, I got a bunch of community centers and things I work with, kids that always need a good role model, and when you're in elementary school, somebody that plays in a local band on a stage, you look at them as like your god. So, getting the police back involved in that, I mean, police play the guitars. There's just a ton of community programs. I'll be writing about them more, and I'll have a question particularly pertaining to that, but that's how I think police need to get more involved back in their community, and stop with the harassment, man. Go up and talk to people. Don't let them know that you're their boss. Your everyday life isn't supposed to be boot camp. You're not a drill sergeant, chief. Knock it off. You're one of us. You're a citizen. Start acting like it again. That's the radical change I'd like to see in our police department all over. And I'm not saying that cops aren't like that, but some cops. But I'm seeing a radical shift to the other way, and I want it to come back. So that's question number one, and it's just, how are we doing for time?
4:35.
All right. Here's one that I get all the time when I start talking to people. What's in it for them by electing me sheriff? That's kind of a funny question, especially how most of the time people word it. Because of how much I want to call people towards this movement of just waking up. of involving people back in the government 100% and holding the government's feet to the fire. And like I said, the sheriff is the number one position from the government to the people. He's the one that yeah, he's got to answer to us. Um, so when I try to get people really involved in my campaign, they look at me like, oh, well, what job are you going to give me when I'm sheriff? Hopefully your job's going to be 10 times better because you like the ideas that I'm putting forward. What's in it for you? If you like anything that I'm talking about, then your everyday life is going to be what's in it for you. We're talking about a happier community, lower crimes because your neighbors know each other. You're talking about a better social life because you're not scared to look your neighbor in the eye for whatever reason. Uh, I think there's a huge intellectual revolution going on, evolution, revolution, whatever you want to call it, but it's not violent. The last thing I call for is violence, man. I think just by talking to people and by opening up that door and stop the fear of just communicating again, and all of a sudden you'll see a lot safer community. So that's what's in it for you, a life that you actually can prosper from, and it starts here. Albuquerque's a big enough city that it'll make a splash when people start questioning me, questioning the federal government's unconstitutional laws, and it's a small enough city that man, we can do it, and we can really elect a citizen sheriff that'll call attention to it just by that, just by electing a 25-year-old sheriff that has these revolutionary ideas that are all about peace and change, but that are smart governmental wise, will let the whole world know. Look, we got a whole generation of people that are thinking, that give a crap about our government. It's gonna be okay. The world's not gonna shake us off in 2 years with global warming. Stop freaking out. Get to know your neighbors again. We can get back to the America that we once knew and loved. I swear to God. Otherwise, I'd be in Mexico. I'd gone somewhere else. I'd be in a third world country somewhere, not still here in the land that I love, that I see slipping through my fingers, but I'm trying so hard to grasp back at it. And yeah, so I guess in a GIF, that's what's in it for you.